My goal is to do da'wah. I just want to be part of making the Muslim society much bigger.
MashaAllah. So actually you were working in Guyana there as a teacher?
Yeah.
And you left your job?
Yeah.
And you came here to study, further your studies?
Yeah.
MashaAllah. So you think you're progressing in that?
Yeah, alhamdulillah, alhamdulillah. And I actually want to stay just a bit longer, so that my wife and my kids also could benefit from Egypt.
MashaAllah. MashaAllah. So what are your plans after you go to Guyana? Do you have any clear plans, what you're going to do?
Actually, not clear, but in my long-term goal, I want to be part of the school I was, because it was a new school. And also, I just want to, go around and do da'wah, nothing else. Just because the people are lost in the entire South America. And actually was telling that the next language I have to learn is Spanish, inshallah, because I don't want to be based in Guyana. Because alhamdulillah, the Muslim society is very strong in Guyana. But my next goal, inshallah, is to learn Spanish, inshallah.
What's the Muslim population there in Guyana?
It is about 20% of the population. And it's growing every day.
MashaAllah, MashaAllah. So you feel they need more education, Islamic education?
Oh, yes, because of the amount of people entering Islam. There's a gap, because when they enter Islam, what's next? There must be personnel that would help them to reach and to understand, even La ilaha illallah.
Yeah. Do you think new Muslims, they really understand or do they get the chance to understand what La ilaha illallah really means, or they just get a shallow kind of meaning?
For me, it's a bit shallow, but because of the amount of students studying worldwide now from Guyana.
MashaAllah.
Inshallah, in the future, we hope to make it much clearer, inshallah.
Inshallah. Okay, let me turn to our guests. If you have any questions to Fuad, seems to be a very interesting story, mashallah. Actually, we have the new guest as well, Ahmed Al-Azhari, today. He has another story, mashallah, very good about education. So can you tell us a bit about this? Ahmed, why did you choose to study the subject you're studying now?
First, when I entered college, I was studying business administration.
Yes.
And I chose an elective in the humanities category, and it was cultural anthropology. And it happens that my professor in college was a revert.
Yes.
Dr. Abdullah Kohl. And he paid attention to the Muslim community and how can the Muslim community understand itself in order to make a change, in order to make a revival, through the knowledge of, or the field of anthropology.
Yes.
Anthropology, it stresses on understanding the people from their own point of view. And what happens sometimes that people judge one another, or don't put yourself in the other's shoes in order to understand why he does this action, and what perhaps he does not know, he did not learn. Yes. No one has told him something before. So it made me change the direction from business administration to anthropology. Perhaps I can make a difference in that field. Alhamdulillah, we have many people in business administration. We need more Muslims in social sciences, sociology, economics, political science, and so on. Excellent. So we can make a difference. I just want to say something to Brother Fuad.
Yes.
As you were saying before, I think La ilaha illallah, when that incident happened to him, it sort of explained what happens, and it gave him a solution.
Yes.
So subhanallah, La ilaha illallah, explains the world to you. And when a problem happens, it explains that problem and offers you a solution for it. And the second thing, he's making a sacrifice right now. Instead of having a stable job or something, he wants to go around, make da'wah, and coming here to Egypt and, going through all these, changing of the environment and so on.
Yes.
So La ilaha illallah makes that sacrifice worthy. You find people sacrificing themselves, for capitalism, communism, whatever that thing they're living for.
Yes.
But, you would ask them, is your sacrifice worthwhile? Is it worthy in the end? And even if it's worthy in this life, is it worthy in the hereafter? Which will enter.
That's excellent. Actually, I know you're saying that La ilaha illallah explains what happened, but actually it not only explains, it provides the foundations to face any calamity, any problem, because the Prophet ﷺ taught us that when a calamity hits, we say, Inna lillahi wa inna ilayhi raji'un. From Allah we come, and to Allah we're going to return back. Or we belong to Allah we will return. So it explains everything that happens, and it can make you strong in the face of every calamity. Let's consider the state of the people of the West. As I said, every human being is bound to worship. If you don't worship Allah, you're going to worship your desire. Some people, as I said, worship their desires. Some people worship the wealth or the fame. Some people worship TV. Some people are addicted to, because they believe this is going to bring them happiness. This has some kind of power over them that can really direct their life in one direction or another. They really do this. And once they lose this object of worship, like for example, someone worships his girlfriend, she dies, or she abandons him, do you know what they do? They commit suicide. Man has to worship. If they don't find anything to worship, they'll commit suicide. And you know, the World Health Organization tells us that over the last 45 years, you know, suicide rates have increased by 60%. And over the last 3 years, statistics indicate that every 40 seconds, there is someone in the Western world, which is the developed world, who chooses to end his or her life. Every 40 seconds, someone commits suicide. Where is sophistication? Where is education? Where is all that kind of advancement? Because it's baseless. It doesn't fit into place. It doesn't go in harmony with this universe. This is what La ilaha illallah does. And to understand more the importance of La ilaha illallah, you consider all the previous generations, like all the prophets, from the time of Adam, Noah, Abraham, Solomon, and Moses, Jesus, David, Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam, all these prophets throughout the ages were sent for one reason: to call the people to worship their Creator, to recognize their Creator, to worship Him. Imagine when you achieve La ilaha illallah, it means that in your heart you worship Allah, the actions of your heart. So you only fear Allah, so you don't fear anybody else. Like the people who pray all the prayers when they go back to home at night. They pray all the 5 daily prayers. Why? Because they don't get to pray them at work because their boss doesn't allow them. These guys, okay, or these people, have not achieved La ilaha illallah. They've given something precedence over Allah. So, La ilaha frees you from that fear, from that subjugation, makes you strong, makes you brave, makes you active. So if we really want success and revival, La ilaha illallah is going to make or be the foundation for every one of us. Some of the greatest aspects as well of La ilaha illallah is that the Prophet ﷺ told us in a beautiful hadith. He said, if La ilaha illallah is put on one side of the scale and the heavens and the earth are put on the other, it will outweigh them. La ilaha illallah, the heaven, imagine this universe, the vast universe, this is what La ilaha illallah is. So imagine what it can do to you if you grasp the meaning of La ilaha illallah. I live only for Allah. With the actions of the heart, fear, love, hope, reliance, and dependence. All this is related to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, so you are not subjugated to any one of the creation. This is La ilaha illallah. With the actions of the tongue, what you say. Because you worship Allah, you say what is good. Because the Prophet ﷺ told us to do or to say what is good. So you always say what is good. Your tongue is clean, is pure. You don't use bad language. And then the actions of the heart. You live your life for Allah. So everything you do falls in that system of harmony. Why? Because you live for Allah. The actions you worship Allah. You know that no one is going to benefit you except Allah, because He's the creator of the heavens and the earth. And He's the one who controls everything. So I don't pray or I don't supplicate to peers or righteous people or angels or prophets. Because these people are creation. It's simple. There is the creator and there is the creation. The creator has power, the creation is powerless. They're helpless. So how could you turn to them in worship? Worship means love. Means dedication. Means that kind of psychological engagement with the one who has power over you. All the things that we enjoy in our lives, everything we enjoy in our bodies, in the universe around us, all of it is a gift from Allah. If I give you $100 out of courtesy, at least you would say to me, thank you. What about the one who gave you everything you enjoy? Your eyes, your ears, your body, your mother, your father, your wealth, your job. You were given all this for free. Is He not worthy of our recognition? Imagine the kind of peace that we can feel in our hearts if we are thankful to Allah. If someone is good to you and you deny that, and you are not thankful, you won't feel peace in your heart. That, just if they have some favor over you, a small favor, what about the one that you owe to him everything you have? So this is why we say, La ilaha illallah will free us. It will change your lives. Allah will change. Okay? Now we asked some people, actually university students, about what do they know about the meaning of La ilaha illallah. What do they think about it? To see how the Muslim youth understand it. Okay? We'll watch these interviews together, then we'll come back to comment on them, so watch them with us.